Hey, hi everyone. Good morning. Welcome back. So, guys, as part of the today's session, I want to give you a brief overview on Jenkins and how exactly, the code, whatever we have prepared, the customized framework, how exactly I can trigger that piece of a code from a Jenkins is the key thing that I'm gonna explain for today. Okay, so here while working on a Jenkins, I encountered a lot of issues precisely on a Mac. I didn't encounter any issues on a Windows. It's a straightforward process. But whereas a Mac, I did encounter a couple of issues. So along with the installation, first I will show you the straightforward steps. After that, whatever the issues that I have encountered and what exactly the solution that I have implemented, all those things will also share with you so that it will be helpful for you, when you are working on your machine. Yep. With that note, let's get started. So we all know that Jenkins is a continuous integration. Basically, whenever the deployment has completed, automatically my test script should be executed, or every day at a 3 a.m. or at 2 a.m my automation script should trigger. Such kind of rules, basically we can configure it in a Jenkins and we can execute it on a Jenkins. So the first and foremost thing is, whenever you are working on your projects, there are a separate environments for Jenkins. To work on Jenkins, basically we are configuring Jenkins in our local machine. For that, the Windows is having a different flow and the Mac is having a different flow. So ideally for the Windows, right, you can directly use the download Jenkins. And if you navigate here to the official website, there is a generic Java package, which is a jar.var file that you will be downloading on a Windows machine and keeping it in a folder. And then open the command prompt from that particular folder, and you need to type java space hyphen jar space jenkins.var. That will be initializing the Jenkins on your local machine, the machine that you are on right now, and it will be triggering some commands in the terminal, and at last it will show you that Jenkins server is up and running. Then you need to open localhost colon 8080, as 8080 is the default port on which your Jenkins is running. As and when you open it, it will ask you to install the suggested plugins. You can choose it, and it will give you a location where the admin root password is there. You just need to copy paste that particular admin root password there. And after that, it will ask you to create an account, so that using that particular account itself, you will be logging into the Jenkins. Moving further, just create an account and log in. That's the step that you need to follow on a Windows. Whereas moving on to a Mac, so the Mac installation is a straightforward. So if you see, basically, it should be done on a homebrew. If you remember, we have already installed a homebrew when configuring the Mac machine with our Appium. Directly, you can copy this brew install Jenkins LTS and put it on your terminal like this. Okay, just put it on your terminal like this. And upon updating this particular command, the next one is brew service start of Jenkins. Put it again in that terminal. Okay, and whenever you hit that particular enter button, automatically your Jenkins will be starting. Okay, hit here. So the Jenkins is started. And as and when the Jenkins got started, you just need to open the localhost colon 8080 here also. So localhost colon 8080. I have already logged into the account, hence it is showing this particular chunk. Okay, I have already logged into that, hence it is showing this particular chunk. So perfectly all right. And once we are in this particular Jenkins, go to manage Jenkins and search for plugins. Search for plugins. Go into this particular plugins, and I was just showing you the installed plugins. So the first plugin that we have installed is Allure Jenkins. You can directly download it and install this Allure Jenkins. Search for Allure, and The next plugin that you need to install here is a Shining Panda plugin basically. Okay, this is another plugin that you need to install. Upon installing the plugins, in the terminal, put this command to restart your Appium, to restart your Jenkins basically. I just restarted my Jenkins. Okay, so once this Jenkins is started, now come back to manage Jenkins. Okay, I just want to come back to the manage Jenkins where there is a Python path that you need to update inside the manage Jenkins. So go to the dashboard, manage Jenkins, and here inside the tools configuration, there is gonna be a one more section for Python. Okay, the Python installations. If you choose it, give any name for this particular Python, and you can give any name, and you can give your Python location from your machine. So on this particular Mac, whenever you type a which Python, the Python location is being populated. Copy this particular path. Okay, copy this complete path. Okay, come back here and directly specify the path and save it. Okay, directly specify the path and save it. That's it, guys. Done up to here. And after that, by default, there is precise path on a Windows where exactly the Jenkins workspace will be there. Whereas for the Mac, basically, users lucky dot Jenkins and a workspace is the folder. Okay, so users slash lucky slash dot Jenkins, and inside the Jenkins, there is a workspace. Okay, move into that workspace. It does has all your Jenkins projects that we are creating. So what I'm doing right now is I'm creating a manual folder, Appium framework. Okay, this is the name that I have given, which is an Appium framework. And what I'm doing is whatever, okay, before going down to your further copy and a paste on your Pycharm, the thing that you need to do is Python -m venv you need to run this particular command in your Pycharm editor. Run below command in your Pycharm. It's gonna generate a myvenv folder. Okay, it's gonna generate a myvenv folder. Fine. Now, whatever the content that you have in your framework, including .venv projects, everything I copied it and I placed it inside the new framework that you have created. So which is an Appium framework folder that you have created. It does has the complete source code including the .pen. Okay, perfectly all right. I have specified it. Now come back to Jenkins. Create a new item, give the name just like the project, whatever you have created, and choose a freestyle project. And here, as part of the source code management, okay, as part of the source code management, use the custom workspace, okay, use the custom workspace, and the directory, it's gonna be this one. Okay, so this is what the newly created project location is. So which is inside the users Lucky Jenkins workspace. So this is the one. So if you see the folder location for this, get info, see here, Appium, the same thing. I'm just updating it here. And after that, as part of the build steps, okay, as part of the build steps, you just need to update a certain commands in that particular build steps. You need to execute it as a cell. Okay, so basically execute a shell option, and in which put these three commands: python 3 -m when dot when basically, and source this we are activating that particular when, and then we are using a Python this particular test. With this particular activate, it's gonna get all the necessary plugins and click on an apply and click on a save and hit this particular build now button. Okay, hit this particular build now button. Whenever you hit this particular build now button, it's establishing a session with that particular mobile. Okay, it's just establishing a session with that particular mobile and it's trying to launch the app and execute the code. That's fine. That's just launched it. I don't want to continue looking at it as it is working further. That's fine. So guys, this is all about how exactly you can use a Python Appium based code from a Jenkins basically. The next point here is, as said that I did encounter a couple of issues. What I'm gonna do right now is, if you are able to configure and run the jobs from Jenkins, right, you no need to watch the next video. As part of the next video, I will implement the steps whatever I have followed in order to configure this Jenkins, the issues and the solutions. I'll show you in the next lecture. If you have already configured and if your job is working fine, you can skip the next lecture. Okay, fine guys, done the deal. See you in the next session. Thank you.